Alright, welcome everybody. The super poor man density farming. So we're gonna try this out, and yeah, let me just set the little timer here. So I got a couple things to go over before we get started, and basically this is kind of what I'm running. So the one of the key points obviously is wandering path. All your regular small nodes are doubled, and running growing hordes, which basically we're burning just any kind of scarab, rusted scarabs to up pack size. We're also running breach. This helps with density when you get breaches, which are also running with delirium mirrors to help pack size or density as well. And then a little bit of beyond, we're going to run beyond in the actual map device as well, but just trying to get extra packs. And we have set up, I rolled 123 maps, so those are basically just rolled, you know, just that all can go, get some extra pack size. It's kind of difficult to roll for this character. This character doesn't, it has a lot of stuff you have to avoid, and then also things that you can run, but it just makes it slower. Especially for this, we're going to try and just kind of burn through them. We're not going to worry about killing every last little creature. So we got that, and then we have our charge compasses. We have the 4 different damage types, besides physical, but lightning, fire, and cold and chaos, which these compasses give you 8 additional packs of monsters in each map, so that's an extra 32 packs that we get, plus our pack size is going to be roughly, with the scarabs, it's going to be 20% plus whatever the map rolls, so upwards of like 50%, sometimes more, because with the wandering path, again, these nodes give you 4% increase, so you're getting a 60% increase on all map mods. So even something, well, we'll pop the first map in here. So we have to run 4 different scarabs so that they all pop. If you run 4 of the same, you won't get, it'll only obviously eat one of them. You only get 5%. You won't get the full percent. So yeah, we'll just pop, I guess Crimson Temple is the first one. We're going to try it, and I haven't ran any of these yet, so I'm kind of excited to try it out. Obviously, I'm not going to do all 123 on stream, but I wanted to start it at least here. So beyond, I'm thinking this, just to add to pack size. I could do ambush, torment, I kind of gave up on for now. I could do ambush to try and get strong boxes, but again, we don't want to be slowed down. If we do get a diviner box or something, we'll probably stop for that really quick and just grab it. But we're gonna run beyond, so hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more monsters. We're just going for a huge pack size, huge monster density, the cheapest possible. Again, rusted scarabs, I had a bunch saved up, so I'm just using whatever I had. So those aren't costing me anything, but you can get them anywhere from 1 to 2 chaos. If you can find someone selling them cheap, you might even be able to get them cheaper if you get undesirable ones. Maps found in an area, yeah, this one you might want to hang on to, but it's fine. But expedition ones, there's like shaper ones that are pretty cheap, but I'm just running whatever for now, just because I have extras, and if I want to run something in the future, I'll just get exactly what I want, maybe even tried polished or something for an actual strategy. So we're gonna run beyond, run this, and then I already got these loaded up as my sextons, my compasses, so we're getting the extra 32 pack size. On here, running this one little note that I wanted to make, running 4 maps is my favorite of maps. So I have Burial Chambers, Crimson Temple, and Cemetery, and Tropical Island. Now I only have Tropical Island and Cemetery once each. Now I didn't clear all of mine, but I have 8 total. But I have 3 of each Crimson Temple and Burial Chambers. And it seems like with just the 4 maps as my favorited maps, even with that, I'm sustaining my singular focus where I get 200% chance for favorited maps. And basically I'm going up every 100 maps, I'm going up like an extra 5 maps. So again, it's not necessarily for selling, but for sustaining, it's working. I'm getting all the maps that I want to run out of the 4 maps, and it's working fine. Also, duplication maps to be duplicated, and then also the chance for a map to be for connected maps. Yeah, here, chance for monsters in each map to drop an additional connected map. I used to have that like 100 and duplication higher and stuff, but I'm not too worried about those. It still seems to sustain as long as you have at least 100% chance. And with Wandering Path, if you get the specific nodes, you can get 120% chance for maps to be 1 tier higher. If you look into map equity, you'll be able to understand that that's huge, because with the 4 void stones, they already give you 100% chance. And then so you have 220% chance. That means if a tier 1 map drops, it's going to at least be a tier 3 map and has a chance to drop as a tier 4. Since you can only drop tier 16 maps or higher, it just basically goes in equity. But that means all the time, every map that drops is at least a tier 3, and you get 3 tier 3s equals a tier 4, and that goes into your equity. And then some of those maps will drop as tier 4, and yada yada yada. Also, if you drop a tier 12 map, it's potential that it could go up with 220%. It can go up 3 tiers, so it could be a 15, or if you get a 13 drop, it could land as a 16, T16. So but again, I'm not too worried about these small nodes. They're duplicated, so they work well, but I only am going for extra things to get density. I also have pack size in Eater Worlds as well, so I'm not going for any of like the really like niche things for each individual thing. I'm just trying to run specific things to increase pack size, and then some quantity things for the packs that are dropping. So yeah, let's head into this map. Of course, we're going to be running Eater Worlds to help get packs there and hopefully get some extra magic find. I am running the Righteous Fire, and I have a little bit of extra magic find on my Righteous Fire skill. But other than that, we're pretty much just, you know, going for it. I think I have the game. Hold on a second. Switch this to my ear because I can't hear anything in the audio here. Not only that, it'll double on the stream, so we don't want that. Definitely don't want that. Alright, so we're obviously hoping for Delirium Mirrors, but we're not going to always get those. But hopefully with the extra packs and everything, we're just hoping for some good drops. Breach is nice, gets a lot more density. And like, yeah, we're just hoping that get some really good drops with the extra, you know, quantity and rarity that we're getting just on the maps based off of Wandering Path, plus the anchors here, if we can land some of these. I'm running Death Rush, so I don't want to take that extra resistance, minus to resistance at the moment. We can actually take, because we don't have a Delirium, we can take this map a little slower. We don't have to go super fast. So yeah, we'll take some extra damage there, get some extra quality and quantity. So we're up to 150, 115 on there. So with my magic find on my character, we're about 200 rarity and 150 quant. I did just recently go back down to I went back down to the strict filter, not the uber strict, just because there's a few things that I want in there. So you might see a few more things drop, but that's not an indicator of like what's actually, you know, dropping compared to what we've been running. It's just, yeah, there's certain things that I want to pick up, just because, yeah, like rogue markers is one of them. just because I have a ton of level 83 heists, and instead of trading them, I might try and figure them out and maybe try and run them. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, I have a pretty good handle now on what to pick up, what not to pick up. So even just dropping down a filter, I should be able to filter through it pretty quick just looking at everything. So it just gives me more options of what I can pick up, where the filter kind of eliminates those options, which can help when you don't know what you're looking for. But if you do, it just, again, it limits you. You don't want too much stuff dropping, because clearly a lot of stuff is pointless, but also it'll lag up your machine. But I think this is fine going down to just the regular strict one for now, so I can grab some stuff that I want. I did look at some of the custom loot filters and stuff, and again, I don't know, every time I go to look at it, it just doesn't seem, I don't know, just doesn't seem worth the extra effort unless, I don't know, you're running something very specific, which I don't run things too specific. I like more general mapping, such as this. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know, we'll see in the future. Alright, so a lot of density there for sure. Didn't have anything crazy drop. I'm gonna have to see, yeah. I mean, obviously, like any strategy, you gotta run a bunch of maps to, see. Do I have stuff running in the background of this? I might still have that up. Just trying to see. Seems running a little slow. Could be because I'm streaming. Of course, I'm streaming on a totally different computer, so I don't know why that would really affect this one, but alright. Yeah, just going for some density here, make it a little interesting. There was another thing too. I know that it's a little bit to kind of weed through the different rare rings, ammies, belts, and stuff like that. But if you have the Never Sink, just the Path of Exile, baseline filters, and you do the 5th one, which it's a great filter because it just saves you a lot of time from weeding through a lot of the just BS that's just not usually worth much. I mean, when you start getting up there and running, you're actually trying to focus farm. Something that's worth even 10 chaos is just, it's not really worth the time because you get so much. You could sit there and nitpick, but you're gonna have to spend actual real money to have enough tabs on your stash to even be able to properly sell it all. And I don't know, to me, I just don't think it's worth it. Anything under 20 chaos now, I'll even take things that are technically worth more than that, and I lower them down till they get to 20 chaos, and then if they don't sell within a few days, I literally just take them and either I stash them in case I think I'll need them for another character or whatever, or I just literally just sell them just to the vendor. I'm just vendor them, because I mean, you just get so much stuff dropped, and that's the whole point of loot filters, is to not spend so much time on every little thing. But with the rings and ammies and belts and stuff, you can get some stuff that's worth multiple divines. I mean, yeah, it's a lot to go through, but I kind of got a different thing because I'm lowering, obviously, my filter, so more stuff's gonna drop. But I have an idea of what I want to pick up now. So, I'm an old D2 player, so there ain't no filters on that. You're used to just feeding through a ton of garbage on the ground and, just picking out and just kind of focusing with your knowledge, what exactly you want to focus your time on. So, I think I'll be fine. I'm actually going to probably pick up less stuff than I was even on the 5th filter, because the uber strict 5th filter for Never Sink, I was literally just picking up everything that it would drop because I was just, again, still learning the game, and it was nice to pick it up and look at what was going on, and you know, go and actually price it out, see what, you know, the potential of the item was, why it was good, why it was bad, whatever. But now I have a pretty good idea of what I want. But these, I definitely want to roll these, because these can, you know, these rings can roll really good. This one obviously is not a good one, but it's just as easy as going like that and just destroying it. And again too, like even just checking through these, you can sell a bunch of them and you get like another roll for like a prismatic ring or whatever it's called. So that's another roll at a ring too. But even just, you know, it's not that big a deal even if you don't sell them. You could just scrap them as you go, whatever. But you're looking at the rolls. Sometimes you get tier 1 rolls that land the mat, like you can get a, you know, 6 modded ring that rolls, you know, 6 of the best stats, and 4 of them are tier 1 and 2 of those tier 1s are the max roll on it. I mean, it could be a ring, again, not like anything that's worth like a mirror or anything, but still when you're trying to, like, you know, go up in some value, it could land you a quick easy 5 div or something, which, you know, no one would just pass by 5 div on the ground, you know. But obviously there is that point of, like, when you don't have the game knowledge, cycling through, you know, 100 rings after like 50 maps, you know, could slow you way down. So a lot of people don't opt to do that. They opt to just take the flat div that drops on the ground and stuff like that, or something that's more easily detectable, worth of value. But with the rings and ammies, I mean, once you get used to them, again, like I just did with that one, it was very easy to tell. You know, you just ID them all once you're done doing your runs. You ID all your rings and ammies and whatever stuff, and then you just hold Alt or whatever key you have it bound to show the advanced tooltips, and it'll show you the, you know, the different tiers that it landed. I mean, if you see, basically I look for a T1. If I don't see any tier 1s on any of those rings and ammies, I immediately just pass it. Either sell it, like I'll go right to the vendor to roll them, to ID them all, and then if it doesn't roll a tier 1 anywhere on the ring, I immediately just, I skim it, doesn't roll it, and then I just say, okay, just sell it. Don't worry about it. If it rolls a tier 1, then I take further time to look at the ring and see, well, is there any other T1 rolls on this, and then I'll go through the progression of actually trying to see, you know, is this, you know, ring or ammy or whatever worth my time to actually, you know, go to the Path of Exile trade site and see if it's worth it, and blah blah. They go through the progressions. So there are ways to kind of mitigate the time spent on actually looking at some of this gear, and like some of this stuff, like I know that that's not, you know, 6 link and that's just regular armor. I'm not too worried about that. That's not going to net me a lot. Alright, this is a little annoying, these guys are here. Alright. I had a little bit of lag there, and I was thinking about what I was trying to explain, and that didn't go so well. I was just trying to pick that stuff up. I don't know why. I'm gonna die again. This is one of the mods that really gets this build, like those dot damages, because I'm already doing damage over time to myself. I was just trying to pick that stuff up quick. Again, I haven't ran these maps yet, so I mean, they are dense, that is for sure. I mean, it works. It's what I was going for, so interesting. It'll be interesting to run all 123 of these and see what they actually roll. And again, like with running the Atlas I'm running, I have sustain, so I'm not paying for maps. It's just, and then just running any rusteds you have, you know, with the Horde keystone, and then just running. It's pretty cheap for the compasses too. You can usually find people that are reasonable about it. Why is this guy got to hover on this? Can you just get away from him so I can go get those, please? Almost died again. Why can't I gain my life? I literally just want to grab that. Alright, we're getting out of here. I think so. Jeez. This usually happens though when I start the stream, trying to explain a bunch of stuff. I'm not paying attention to what's going on. Doesn't help that I've never ran these before either. I have no feel for how these run. They're pretty nuts. There's a lot of shit going on for sure. I don't care about that. I'm getting pretty good with the uniques too. I have a pretty good idea of what not to pick up. I think that's why, one of the main reasons I decided to lower my filter, because I just have a better idea of what drops. Alright, so I believe we're good on everything, yeah. So I think, I'm trying to think of what we have to focus on. Every 10 maps, obviously we have to put in more scarabs. Every 16 maps we have to put in different compasses, but those aren't lined up, so. But I guess if I run 16 maps on stream and then, like, yeah, I can take my time with it or whatever. Eater doesn't really matter, and it's funny too, because I didn't realize that before. I was like, oh, you gotta catch it on the 28th map, you have to kill the boss, because if you don't know, like, you don't have to kill the boss every time to get the screaming invitation from Eater World's influence on the map device. You just have to kill the 28th boss. But then I even found out, you don't even have to kill the 28th boss, you just have to complete 28 maps, which with the influence, and this is confusing because map completion for specific things, certain mechanics in the game is kill the boss. You have to kill the boss, like the one thing for Delirium where it says it gives you 1 extra progress on your rewards if you complete the map, and that means kill the boss. You have to kill the boss for that to get the extra reward. But for the Either Worlds ticks up to the 28 to be able to get the Screaming Invitation, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's 90% or whatever. I haven't been able to really find anything on it, but I know you don't have to kill the boss because I haven't been. And then you don't even have to kill the 28th boss. You want to because you're just wasting maps after that, but if you miss it for some reason, it doesn't matter. It just holds it. So you're basically charging it up, like, you know, just every map that you clear, it charges up, and once it hits 28, then you can go and actually kill the boss. So if you miss it on the 28th map, doesn't matter. If you realize and you're just, you know, tired and you're grinding maps, and then you go for, you know, it's like the 32nd map or 40th map, whatever, you went way over, it doesn't even matter. You just go when you realize, and then you kill the boss on that map, and then it will drop it for you. So again, I mean, there's a lot of builds that obviously are good at bossing, and bosses can drop a lot of good stuff. So if you have a build against boss, by all means boss, because like you want to kill the bosses. This build sucks at single target DPS, so I don't focus on bosses. I'm saving for another character that is better at that, a better all-around character that are a carry. I'm not sure. I still haven't settled on a build, but for now I'm just trying to min-max what I can get dropped. Just clearing trash mobs. I don't know if that's a term in this game. It was in like Diablo and stuff. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going for. Is just kill a lot of stuff fast, get density. This is probably the densest maps that I've had so far. I've tried some other things, but I just didn't. I knew this was like a strategy. I just didn't actually take the time to go and trade for all the compasses, and then I didn't really think about the Horde keystone that gives you pack size for every scarab, because I'm like, well, you'd rather run the scarab, you know, depending on the strat you're running. Why would you want to negate what the scarab does just to get pack size? But again, I've been farming a lot, now I have a lot of extra scarabs, so I'm like, screw it. I'll run a bunch of them, we'll see what happens, we'll see what drops. So we're gonna run these and see what we get. A lot of stuff dropping so far. A lot of tainted stuff, so I'm guessing that's obviously from the Beyond, so that's kind of cool. A lot of that stuff can be pretty pricey. Even the lower end stuff is at least a few C. Upwards of some of the other things are, you know, they can be upwards of like 80C. So kind of cool to see those dropping. That can help. But I'm noticing definitely in these maps, there's not really a dull moment. I don't really have any time to think. It's all just kind of just crazy. There's a lot of shit to kill for sure. So definitely interesting. I can focus and not die like I did in that other map. I mean, I should be able to level this character up pretty good. The level 99, but since I got to 99, I've been toying around with things, and I keep just, you know, getting to like 15% and then dying, 12% dying. So it's not messing with. I mean, obviously I could just pay for a carry or something and have it leveled, but this character's fine. He is where he is. Keep toying with him just for fun, like switching around. Like now I have my Righteous Fire on my pseudo 6-link for my helm, and then I have like, I don't know, it's like my I gotta go dump some stuff off. I got my shield charge in my 6-link right now, and I have it casting my flammability on hit, which so I don't have to cast that, which is kind of interesting and fun. Just makes it like really easy to play, like I'm playing with one hand with my mouse, like clicking 2 buttons. It also has like a chance to poison, which I tested that. I tested bleeding. Bleeding doesn't really work because my build transfers physical damage to fire damage, and bleeding goes off of physical or chaos, I think, something like that. But I did the poison, and it does work. It does do damage. It doesn't do a whole lot, but certain characters, even like, you know, high HP pool guys, sometimes it, you know, it just kills them a little bit quicker. So just running that right now, and it's just, yeah, whatever. I'm just toying with the build a little bit, just to keep myself occupied while I'm trying to figure out what to do next, and just while I'm trying to figure out what to do next, keep running maps so that I keep getting currency, I keep going up a little bit, and then hopefully when I do settle on a build, I'll have more than enough to, you know, actually invest in it. There's a couple builds that I probably already would have invested in, but I was maybe maybe a couple hundred to find under like even the mid-gear for it. So I was like, okay, let's just keep going, just wait. You know, the new league just came out. People are gonna have different ideas, and these, you know, new transfigured gems and stuff. Like, there's gonna be some crazy stuff coming out. So I just want to make sure that I don't dump something in and then it's gonna be hard, because this is one of the best like mapping builds. It's just very fast for mapping. I don't want to go to another build that is good all around but just feels clunky and sluggish when it comes to actually mapping, because that's what I like the most in these games. I love just like exploding huge piles of monsters. So like that's why I went with Righteous Fire in the first place, because it just was like, well, yeah, you don't even have to stop to cast anything. At the time I wasn't really thinking about like fire trap and stuff. Later I realized to kill like, yeah, these heavier rares and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you do have to stop and cast, and that got me killed a lot, and that's why I kind of switched it. I don't even run that anymore. I just tried to up my damage for like, yeah, just piles, so that I can just keep moving, and it's super easy. Is it the most efficient? Probably not, but it's quick, and I don't know, it's more efficient in the sense that I don't have to really stop. I can just keep moving. The only reason I have to stop is to pick stuff up or grab the anchors or something. Yes, these Vile Chaos Orbs have been dropping a bunch lately. I'm liking that. Keep that going. Those things are like... Another one of those. Don't touch me. Look at this. Yep, you can take that. That's fine. What are you up to on this one? It's just picking up the rogue markers, because I literally just sold like 60,000 of them for a div, so Just trying to scrounge every little penny I can. But I don't know, I might run this for a while. This is fun. This is just so much density. They're so cheap too. Sap, we can take that. Let's get our MF up a little bit. And some density. Run a little breach here. Get some more density. Definitely gotta run density on your breaches. Is it this? It helps too. We haven't got too many delirium mirrors, but breach is great for delirium mirrors. That's the other thing with ambush. Ambush is good for delirium mirrors too, because basically, yeah, to get different levels. Again, too, a lot of people run delirium maps where it never dissipates and stuff. But if you're running to try and get delirium orbs, which is what I do because it's a great source of currency, it's really nice having things like breach and more strong boxes, because even if you don't like clear the strong boxes, which can slow you down because sometimes like a guy will run away and you can't clear it, it's just killing monsters while you're in the delirium will, you know, take ticks up on your reward progress. So like, yeah, strong boxes are good, breach is good. That's kind of where I started with like this concept of just like pack size. I hope we get, I mean, I have a 48% chance of getting delirium here, so I hope we get some more here. I want to see where I can get some of these progresses too, because not every map's going to play the same, but if you get a specific map, it'd be interesting to see if I can hit like the tick 7, 8, just running through the map naturally without actually really trying. Because even with the past strategy I was doing without this extra juice, like I was hitting the 7th, sometimes 6th, like almost always. So it wasn't bad. This is nuts. Holy crap. I feel like I have no time to do anything. Compared to what I was just running, this is insane. There is so much crap on the freaking, so many creatures. Holy bananas. Oh, we got a lot of good stuff. I gotta get used to these div cards. I haven't really paid attention to the lower end div cards, so I don't know which ones aren't worth really picking up. I'm not gonna actually really worry about that much because I just turned in like all my div cards from like a week of like collecting, and it didn't take that long. If anything's like, I mean, a lot of it, it's all kind of worth it because it doesn't take that long to turn them in or pick up, for that matter, because usually there's a bunch of them. And then it's just like, yeah, it's a lower end currency, but who cares? Or, you know, if it's like an item or something, you can just can it when you realize what it is. So it's not even that big of a deal. I mean, but this ain't too bad. I mean, what was that, 5 maps we ran when we got all this stuff? It seems like a lot. And I got affinity for a lot of this, so this isn't even all of it. This is just, of course, again, I did lower the filter, so I do have a lot of rings and stuff. I thought I put scarabs back on, but I guess not. Alright, that's fine. All this stuff can sit in here. Alright, let's run some more. How many did I run? Well, I can tell by this. 11. So I did run 5. That was only 5. I dropped a decent amount of like painted currency and stuff. It's interesting. We'll have to see. This beyond is interesting too. I wonder how much is that's actually doing. I don't know. I just know I like how dense all this is, so I don't know. I guess keep running it. I do like, yeah, the tainted currency is nice. I mean, we'll see. The next like tainted thing that drops, we'll price it out there, and if it's over 5C, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't run it when you're trying to run like huge pack size and stuff. Alright, so we got a delirium now. Charge on currency. Yeah. Alright. We get some good anchors. This stuff. Let's try and go a little faster here. That's the other key thing too about like a lot of the strategies that I like to run. Like, I don't know, man, I've been looking at a lot of other people's strategies, and it's just, it looks like it's such an ordeal just to run a map. Like, it looks like it just takes a long time, and there's like multiple stages. You got to run through the map, and then you got to run back through the map, and like, yeah, I mean, they get a lot of stuff, and I know that's the most efficient way for sure. I am not arguing that, but there is some kind of novelty in just being able to run through a map, grab what you grab, and then move on. Like, I mean, that's all part of it too, like how quickly you can get through stuff, because if something good's gonna drop, it's gonna drop. He's, you know, again, playing like Diablo and other games that have just such weighted drop rates where it's just like so tough to even get something like that, where it's like you can play a game for decades and never get it. It's like, you might as well just play, you know, just kill as much as you can, and just, if it drops, it drops. And then it's kind of the mentality here. Some of the stuff isn't weighted quite that bad in this game, is like D2, but even still, it's a similar mentality. Like, you know, if Apothecary is going to drop, it's going to drop. I had one drop doing magic maps in Crimson Temple, and they weren't juiced at all. Like, literally just rolled magic maps. Some of them only had one mod. Like, and I was just running 100 magic maps, and like the middle teens map dropped one. And it was just like, yeah, I've been doing more juice and more research and trying harder to get one to drop sense, and I haven't got one. So, I mean, not only that, just, yeah, I don't know. I like being able to, I don't want to have to, I don't know, do all those stages. I like to grab and go as I go. That's just how I like to play. Yeah, sure. Ooh, I'm gonna have to learn some of these cards so I'm not picking them up like this. Yeah, I don't need that. So what is that? Doppelganger. Don't need that. Don't need the Sage Robe. Okay, Doppelganger, I can remember that. That's just the Mirror Arrow. Seems to drop a lot. But that's like dirt now. You can get them for like a Chaos. And it's just Mirrored Arrow. 20% quality. Alright. Next map. Oh boy. I don't think I've done a tropical island on this yet. Ooh, this might be a little rough. If we get a delirium on this, it'll be rough. If we don't get a delirium, it'll be fine. But okay, we didn't get a delirium because this gets intense by the end of it. The delirium. Just try to move along here. I think I'm still going a little bit slower than I'd like to. Cause yeah, the thing with this build again is like, yeah, it's not gonna single target DPS at all. So the concept of running maps like this is trying to just kill what you can kill fast and then move on. So still not moving quite as fast as I would like to. Just sometimes when you pass through like and this is just an example. There's other situations too that'll bring you back and make you waste time. But like that yellow, I shouldn't waste my time. But now it's like, okay, well now he's so close. Should I come back and like, you know, finish him off and stuff? But overall, like I could have just passed through that and like nothing dropped. So like I would have been fine just passing through it. So it's like, if I could just get a mentality of just like, yeah, we got a huge pack size, we got a ton of mobs, like just go. Righteous Fire is good at killing what it can kill very fast, and a lot of it. So instead of focusing on like, oh well, I left that rare that had a good drop chance of this, instead just focusing on the fact that, well, it just kills a lot of shit fast. You know, because that's where I'm at. I'm not, you know, one of the best players. Okay, so here's a Tainted Chromatic Orb. We're gonna check this. So that lands at 12C. So that covers 2 maps. 2 maps are running the From Beyond. If one of those drop, that's pretty good. Again, we're just, yeah, we're going for a little bit of MF, extra Quan. There's an armor scrap. What are armor scraps going for? I don't think they would be that much. Like 2C. But they're also not just dropping that. Like, you know, they have a chance of dropping like a div card or just even a Chaos Orb or a Divine. So again, we're just trying to get density in these maps. And of course, they're not going to be as crazy without like Delirium or Breach or anything like that. But hopefully between Breach and... I said this in one of my earlier streams like a month ago. I feel like you need at least 2 pieces of content, to 3 to really benefit. So, you know, it's easy to get kind of roped into like what you want to run, and I've been doing that for the past like month or so at least. But now I'm kind of back to, I'm running Breach, I'm running Delirium. Delirium, I think, is just a default. Like, just everyone's gonna run that, obviously. And then I'm running a little bit of Beyond. So I got 3 again, and like it does have really good, just a good feel to it. It feels full. Feels like there's always something to do in these maps, almost like I don't have a break. So, you know, that's good. It keeps you moving, keeps you focused on what you're doing. It's not boring, that's for sure. Kill some more of this stuff because it's almost dead. Jeez, the boss just died like that? How did the boss die so quick? Hey, the boss just got ripped. Oh, yeah, this build is interesting. Sometimes it'll just rip some stuff. Alright. Accumulating some stuff. Only ran 7 maps so far. A bunch of currency. I mean, guessing these are way more than paying off so far. How many maps did we gain so far? 4? We only got 4. Yeah, sometimes mapping with this, it does sustain though, trust me. So we're down 3 maps, but yeah, I started with like 106 maps or something, and I ended up with like 123. Running a similar strategy that was actually less juice and less everything. The things that I changed had nothing to do with map sustain for this strategy from the one I was just running. So I know this sustains. And if anything, it would be close enough. If it got on a cold streak, it'd still be like 100 maps out of 120. You run those 100 maps, and then you might be back up to 120. So, just gotta have RNG as it's on your side. But I'm guessing because I went up almost 20 maps in 100, it's a pretty good ratio. That's almost 20% increase. It's not bad. At least 15%. We got a Breach in here too that's going to help us. This is what I'm talking about with density. Like, Breach is great. Strong boxes are really good too. If you are running strong boxes, pop all of them. If you're running Delirium, just because it's just going to get you extra on your reward ticks. So some of this stuff. Keep moving. That's mainly why I added Breach at first, but all you really need is, especially if you have Wandering Path, but even without Wandering Path, if you add Breach, you need those 3 nodes. You need the ones that, all the ones that add, well actually you don't need all of them. I can show you, but there's basically, there's 3 that up the density of monsters. There's only 3 of them. And then there's 2 node clusters that up the chance of getting Breach. And then there is 1 small node on another cluster, but it's only 1 of them. But you don't really need that. The Breaches show up quite a bit, especially with Wandering Path. But it's really not that much investment for Breach, and if you're running something like Delirium, I don't know, I think it has a lot of value there, just because of the fact that it can, yeah, just spike you up when you're just, you know, if you run Delirium a lot, and again, not the endless Delirium where it doesn't dissipate, or if you're running Delirium maps that don't dissipate, whatever. If you're running the dissipating ones where you're trying to get actual orbs, it helps a lot. Stuff like Breach and strong boxes, just for that little spike. So many times I've run and I'm so close to like the 6th tier of rewards, and I don't know, I'm killing packs of monsters and it's just not enough, because it's like small packs like this, like, you know, 5-6 monsters, 5-6 monsters, it's just not going up. And then you hit something like that Breach with the extra pack size and everything, and like, yeah, it'll take you up fast and get you that last tier that you're looking for. So alright, grab all these. But yeah, I mean, I would say if you're at like mid game, you're just having a tough time trying to like get up, I mean, one of the best things you can do is just do Wandering Path and pick all the get your Delirium mirror chance up to 48%. It's the highest you can get it chance of getting it. And then run whatever map you like running, and then when you get Delirium mirrors, just run them, get the Delirium orbs. They're just solid constant currency. They just truly are. So we're looking at, so yeah, the Beyond. So if we're looking at this Beyond, this is just quantity. You don't need these ones, these are just extra if you want them for Beyond. But it's basically this, well, that's just, yeah, a chance to spawn. Oh no, I was talking about Breach. So I just did those, yeah, those are mainly the only 2 that I'm worried about in this, chance to spawn. Breach, you got this cluster. The first one is just splinters, which I'm not too worried about. But it's these contain Breach, chance for Breach right there. And I think there's one here, which I don't worry about. The only other one is here. 8, 8, 8, 8. These are normally 4, but with Wandering Path, they're 8 each. So it's basically these 3. You can even actually tag these 3 from this side. So even if you come here, grab this, and then went through the pack size for Eater of Worlds, you can grab these 3 up here. That's all you really need for them. These ones up here is monster density. So these are the other 3 you would want, which you would want to be up here anyways for the map modifiers. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll just be right back. let's try and run a few of these with. Oh, we won't do this map. We'll start with a burial. Let's run them with ambush to see. This is basically going to give us some strong boxes. So let's see the difference. We're obviously running a lot of pack size, a lot of extra packs. And from beyond was getting those tainted different orbs and stuff. So it was nice. But let's see. Hopefully we get, I want to do at least one map with Delirium and see how well the strong boxes help with the progression too, because I know they do quite a bit, especially if you land a breach and stuff. Obviously we didn't land it in this map, but again, just like breach, it helps with density a lot. Beyond helps with density, so too bad you can't run two app device crafts at the same time. Yeah, you can't run the keystone that makes all your scarabs just help pack size, and then run a scarab that actually gives you, yeah, it's balancing. That makes sense. But yeah, this still seems pretty dense. Just try and burn through this because I do want to try and get a delirium here. See how well that helps with it. They still seem about the same density. I mean, yeah, without, you get delirium, breach, and from beyond, and you pop a strong box, because you can still, that's the thing, you can still get strong boxes, you can still get beyond without actually rolling anything. But I hate this little middle area, like the open. And then I do have the 2 nodes, which are always good to grab, especially if you're getting, I can actually show those real quick. You're gonna get Wandering Path anyways. So Wandering Path is, oh, that's right here. Well, okay, that's part of Breach. But this anyways, increased chance for Diviner strong boxes. 120% chance. It's such a low percent chance, but I noticed even just getting these, you do get them even if you don't run ambush or anything. You get them a lot more than you would think. But then if you ever do run, you know, an ambush scarab, or you run it through the map device, you get them pretty often. You can even get multiple a map. I've gotten upwards of like 3 to 4 a map, which is just a lot. What's this one? Alright, just increasing. What are you up to? 160, 140. Alright, we just need to get through this real quick. A couple more, see if we can get a delirium with these strong boxes, see how that works out. I feel like I was getting a little bit higher than with the beyond. Grab this ring too. Alright, dump this off. These maps are definitely fun. There's a lot going on. Click, 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 click. Alright, let's try it. So we got one more of these, then we gotta put in more scarabs. Ambush, come on. Let's do it. I'm interested to see with all this extra density. Oh, still no Del. This is RNG for you right here. 48% chance. Whoa, that's loud. We got Arcanist. We'll just pop a Alchemy Orb in that if it'll let me. I don't like that roll. Stop touching me. That one's fine. Pop that. Freaking can't see anything. Alright, that's good. Shock round, Scarab's duplicated, sure, why not? Got all this stuff. Carried on. I do love when you're trying to prove a point and it just doesn't roll for you. I love Delirium on Tropical Island. It gets just nuts at the end. So much density here. I was hoping to see a little bit more drop by now, but yeah, small sample size. We've only done like 10 maps. Done 10 maps pretty quick though. I like where this build is at for how little is invested into it. Running pretty smooth. Just even killing like rares like that quick is nice. Some rares you just gotta leave alone. Final boss. Killing the final boss. So. Definitely is nice getting all the tainted currency. So, I don't know, the strong boxes are kind of, I don't know, yeah, maybe with this strategy, maybe the Beyond makes a little more sense. Just for getting that extra, like, consistent currency. Obviously, like, the maps I'm running are, you know, Burial Chamber is really good for the Doctor div card, so running Ambush is good to hopefully get another Diviner box. Same with Crimson Temple, you're going for Apothecary and stuff, but I think, yeah, with this strategy it probably makes more sense. Probably if I switch to back to Beyond, it'll probably roll a mirror, I'm guessing. But that, yeah, it seems a little less dense without Beyond. I think Beyond is really just kicking this over the top, this strategy. So we'll just roll that. Oh, I didn't turn my map things back on. I didn't do that. Alright. 5 more, and then we need more of these. Bow, 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 bow. Then I think we should still have 6 left on these compasses. Yep. So we're good. Go back to Beyond. So I just don't think this strategy is going to benefit that much from Ambush. Is just again, I was running Ambush as just like a 4C like additive to burning maps, not really like a strategy. So yeah, it just makes sense to obviously run Beyond right now because the way I have my Atlas and what we're just trying to accomplish here. And of course I get a Delirium, but yeah, I think Beyond is just, yeah, this is pretty nuts. So yeah, this is definitely better with this strategy for sure. Orbs Alteration, I want that. Oh, we get some good anchors here too. That's a good one. Take it. Try and get through here as much as possible. That's a crappy amulet. We got a breach right here. We're gonna pop that for sure. get an extra couple ticks. See if we can hit at least the 7th tier here. This is a horrible spot for it. You can still get good lanes like that. Like, yeah, you wouldn't think Breach and Crimson Temple, but you can still get some good lanes. Alright, some extra quant and stuff. Alright, keep moving. Oh, this is not so. I don't know if on Crimson Temple I can get to the 7th, I'm not sure. I think I would have to run it perfect. I don't know if there'll be enough here. Enough juice. Kind of run out of map. There's still some map down there, but yeah, we're right past where it was. That Breach, I didn't get as much of it as I would have liked. Could go, yeah, it's just not even enough, not worth it. I'm just gonna go back to parts of the map I haven't cleared yet. Pretty much got it all. Wow. Bad RNG, of course. I'm streaming, we're gonna have bad RNG. Always. That's how it works. It's not like the runs I was doing earlier where I got the puzzle box and 2 divine orbs and just a bunch of cool stuff. Never! That wasn't even with this strategy, that was just with burn map strategy. Next map, I guess. I don't even know if these are worth anything. I forget. Some things are weird, some of the uniques, because if you roll them good. Beyond activate. Yeah, I don't understand. Just bad RNG here. Barely any mirrors. I've had streams where I like ran 10 maps and like 9 of them were fucking mirrors. That's fine, I'll get off stream and I'll just like land mirrors every other map or every 2 every 3 maps. Where's this guy? Oh, anyways, wanted to share this as I started this strategy. I'll obviously work more of these maps, and I'll be on the stream tomorrow. Got to open the pizza shop, and close at like 7ish. So probably be streaming around 8 or 9, somewhere around there, Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I mean, I'll run through a bunch of these maps probably tonight, but I probably won't get through all of them. It's a lot. Still got over 100 of them. So we'll probably be running these, same thing. Again, I got everything already laid out, and they feel good. I like them. It's one of the best strategies that I've done, kind of mid-game strategy, because that's where I'm at, is mid-game basically. Mid-end game, however you want to call it. But it's a lot of fun. There's a lot to kill. So I'll probably, yeah, just run these out, all 120 of them. So whatever those land on the stream, again, it was the holidays, so we were off for a couple days, but we're back to work, so I only get so much time to play as it is, so most of them will probably, most of these maps will probably land on stream, depending on how much I get through tonight. But yeah, finish this map up, wrap this up and see what we get. See what we get in the maps to come. I am interested in this. There is a lot of density. You're killing a lot of stuff. So I'm thinking on average this has to be pretty good for the minimal investment it is. As long as you have good clear speed. Again, good mapper. But sucks at bosses. This might be a pretty decent strategy to get some good currency up. Again, you will get on streaks where you don't land many mirrors, but then you'll get on ones where, hey, you hop on and for like 2 hours, like almost every map lands a mirror. I've had it happen, and like, yeah, you just, you get one map lands like 2 delirium orbs, the next one lands 3, and then you get 1, and then the 5th map you run gets like 5 or 6 delirium orbs, and again, you get like a divine, and you get some kind of armor or something that's worth a divine or 2. And, like, it can rack up quick sometimes. Is that this? Was that so special? But nothing cool on this stream, I guess. Unless it lands right now. So when this map's done, I'm gonna take a quick break and then get back to it, but end the stream for now. Time to chill, relax before I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow. But thanks for everyone that popped in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, peace out.